Welcome, friends, for our morning attempt to study our Upanishads steadily. What a wonderful endeavor we have taken up. As I feel it, good that we are consistent also in this. May this continue till what we have to achieve, we achieve. That is our conviction regarding the ultimate goal to be reached. Friends, five things today. Rigveda Parayanam, common sense thought, and our Mangalacharana Shlokas, Shanti Mantra, Upanishad Mantra Ucharana, and Upanishad Mantra Adhyayana with Bhashyam, Shwethashwathara Upanishad, fourth Adhyaya, wonderful mantras of the two words residing in us only, the Jiva Pakshi and the Ishvara Pakshi. How this Jiva Pakshi suffers because of his own self-created ignorances, delusions, attachments, all of that are so vividly diagnosed and put in front of us by the Guru Sri Adi Shankara Bhagawan as Bhashya to that beautiful mantra, in which alone the Samadhana solution also is indicated as to how to shift our identity from the Jiva Pakshi to the Ishvara Pakshi. Here the Ishvara is not the Ishvara, the whole universal Ishvara, Ishvara to our own expression or life. Let us revel in that, my dear friends. Before that, 61st Anuvakam of Narayana, 7th Mandala of Rigveda, we are chanting. Om अथ वेदपारायणं ऋग्वेदः सप्तममण्डलम् अथ एकषष्टितम अनुवाकादारभ्य ॐ उद्वां चक्षुर्वरुणसुप्रतीकं देवयोरेति सूर्यस्ततन्वान् अभियो विश्वाभुवनानि चष्टे समन्युं मर्त्येष्वाचिकेत प्रवां समित्रावरुणावृता वा विप्रो मन्मानि दीर्घश्रुतियर्ति यस्य ब्रह्माणि सुक्रतु अवात आ यत्कृत्वा न शरदः पृणैथे प्रोरोर्मित्रावरुणा पृथिव्याः प्रदिवरुष्वाद्बृहतः सुदानो स्पशो ददाते ओषधीषु विक्ष्वृद्धगद्यतो अनिमिषं रक्षमाण शंसामित्रस्य वरुणस्य धाम शुष्मो रोदसी वद्वते महित्वा अयन्मासा अयज्वनामवीराः प्रयज्ञमन्मा वृजनन्तिराते अमूरा विश्वावृषणा विमा वाम्नया सुचित्रं ददृशे न यक्षम् द्रुहः सचन्ते अनृता जनानां नवां निन्यान्यचिते अभूवन् समुवां यज्ञं महयं नमोभिर्हुवे वां मित्रावरुणा सबादः प्रवां मन्मान् ऋचसे नवानि कृतानि ब्रह्म जुजुषन्निमानि यन्देव पुरोहितिर्युवभ्यां यज्ञेषु मित्रावरुणावकारी विश्वानि दुर्गा पिपृतं तिरो नो यूयं पात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः. 62. ॐ उत्सूर्यो बृहदर्चीन्षत्श्रेत् पुरुविश्वाजनिममानुषाणां समो दिवाददृशे रोचमानः कृत्वा कृतः सुकृतः कर्तृभिर्भूतुभिर्भूत् ससूर्यप्रतिपुरो न उद्गा एभिः स्तोमेभिरेतशेभिरेवैः प्रणो मित्राय वरुणाय वोचो नागसो अर्यम्णे अग्नये च विनः सहस्रं शुरुतो रदन्तु तावानो वरुणो मित्रो अग्निः यच्छन्तु चन्द्रा उपमन्नो अर्कमानः कामं पूपुरन्दो स्तवानाः द्यावा भूमि अदितेऽत्रासीतां नो ये वां जग्नुः सुजनिमानरुष्वे माहेडे भूमवरुणस्य वायोर्मामित्रस्य प्रियतमस्य नृणाम् प्रबाहवासि श्रुतं जीवसेन आनो गव्यूतिमुक्षतं घृतेन आनो जने श्रवयतं युवाना श्रुतं मे मित्रावरुणा हवेमा नो मित्रो वरुणो अर्यमानस्तन्मे तोकाय वरिवो दधन्तो सुगानो विश्वासुपधानि सन्तु यूयं वात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः 63 उद्वेति सुभगो विश्वचक्षाः साधारणः सूर्यो मानुषाणां चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्य देवश्चर्मेव यः समविव्यक्तमांसे उद्वेति प्रसवीता जनानां महान् केतुरर्णवः सूर्यस्य समानं चक्रं पर्याविवृत्सन्यते तशो वहति धूर्षु युक्तः विभ्राजमान उषसामुपस्ताद्रेभैरुदेत्यनुमद्यमानः एष मे देवः सविदा चच्छन्दयूय यः समानं न प्रमिनातिधाम दिवो रुक्म उरुजक्षा उदेति दूरे अर्थस्तरणिर्भ्राजमानः नूनं जनाः सूरेण प्रसूता अयन्नर्थानि कृणवन्नः नपांसि यत्रा चक्रुरमृता गातुमस्मै श्येनो न दीयन्नन्वेति पातः प्रतिवांसोरौदिते विधेम नमोभिर्मित्रावरुणोत हव्यैः नो मित्रो वरुणो अर्यमानस्तन्मे तोकाय वरिवो ददन्तो सुगानो विश्वासुपधानि सन्तु यूयं वात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः 64 दिवि क्षयन्ता रजसः पृथिव्यां प्रभाङ्घृतस्य निर्निजो ददीरन् हव्यन्नो मित्रो अर्यमा सुजातो राजा सुक्षत्रो वरुणो जुषन्त आराजानामहरुदस्य गोपा सिन्धुपदे क्षत्रिया यातमर्वाक् इळान्नो मित्रा वरुणोऽथ वृष्टिमवदिव इन्वन्तं धीरदानो मित्रस्तन्नो वरुणो देवो अर्यः प्रसाधिष्ठेवि पतिभिर्नयन्तो प्रपद्यथा न आदरिः सुदास इषामदेमसः देवगोपाः यो वाङ्गर्तं मनसा तक्षदेतमूर्ध्वान्धेतिं कृणवद्धारयच्च उक्षेथां मित्रावरुणाघृतेन ताराजाना सुक्षितीस्तर्पयेथाम् एष स्तोमो वरुणमित्रतुभ्यं सोमः शुक्रो न वायवे यामे अविष्टं धियो जिघृतं पुरन्धीर्यूयं वात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः वन मोर प्रतिवांसोरौदिते सूक्तैर्मित्रं हुवे वरुणं भूतदक्षं ययोरसूर्यमक्षितं ज्येष्ठं विश्वस्य यामन्नाचिथा जिगत्नो ताहि देवानामसुराता वर्याता नः क्षितेः करतमूर्जयन्तेः अस्याममित्रावरुणा वयं वां द्यावा च यत्र प्रीपयन्नः च ता भूरिभाषावनृतस्य सेतो दुरत्येतो रिववेमर्त्याय ऋतस्य मित्रावरुणा वदावामपो नावादुरिताधरेम आनो मित्रावरुणा हव्यजुष्टिं घृतैर्गव्यूतिमुक्षत विडाभिः प्रतिभामत्र वरमाजनाय प्रणीतमुद्नो दिव्यस्य चारोः
एष स्तोमो वरुणमित्रतुभ्यं सोम शुक्रो न वायवे यामे अविष्टं धियो जिघृतं पुरन्धीर्यूयं वात स्वस्तिभिः सदा नः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Great. Every day, that way, chanting mantras, Veda mantra is a good delight. Each one does in his own way. Sadhanas, Lord has given us this one of Veda Parayanam and then the subsequent things. Friends, in today's common sense thought, very simple and only one thought we will discuss, and that it is, it's all again in our own mana, you know, with all our study gained in the buddhi at one side. Other side, mana with its vrittis keeps on wandering over this jagat only. That much is the habit of the mind, that much is the accumulated samskaras in us which pressurize the mind to think about the jagat only. And then we are living a dynamic life. Other than the Adhyatmika Chintana for the Buddhi, so many other things also are fed. And in its innocence, like all the time, the Buddhi considers them also to be so real, to be so important. Then, as if there is no relation at all with the Adhyatmikata, again the Buddhi, the Mana become friendly, taking again the help of the Sharira and Indriyas. So sincerely, seriously, all of them go to the picnic of again the world and worldliness. Even to observe and understand that this is what is happening in me. Therefore, a power of delusion deluding me so much that though I either want to become spiritual seeker or I consider myself to be spiritual seeker, yet more than seeking the self or the spirit, the world only is sought by me so much. Even to observe it also is a great achievement. And then the fun of it is what? It's continuously happening, relentlessly happening, and no permission taken from us by our own mana and buddhi. They just are in the world and worldliness, and the fun of all that is what? I also cooperate with that mana and buddhi, which is worldly. Understood? That means what? Whatever little bit information, inspiration we gained regarding the truth, regarding the sadhana for the truth, regarding realizing the truth in a micro millisecond time only, all of that is packed and kept aside as if उससे हमारा no संबंध, and we just take up the entire world and worldliness so quickly, so much involved in it, whatever it may be. It may be dharma karyas, it may be any other obligations, it may be any of these seeming duties. कुछ भी कहो, there is no Paramatma in it. Something other than. Knowing all that only Bhagavan Ananya Shintayanto Mahaman Manavad Bhakto Mat Karma Kurut Mat Paramaha Sarva Dharman Pariteja. What is the meaning of all of that? That they won't leave you by themselves. They will bind you. The whole world wants to use you. And they will give you some perks, some type of incentives of some gross, either Vishayas, Bhogas, or even some respect to you, some value to you. These are all the temptations the world gives you, after which, with which or for which they will take your attention, your time, your energy. है ना? And it becomes so comfortable, convenient, convincing, and justifying to be that way in the world because the others also like that only. है ना? Isn't it? Like five so called spiritual people sitting together talking about the worldly things. Worldly things only are important. It appears like that. See the power of the delusion it is, isn't it? So observing that way, knowing what to do, we have to keep on trying to do. And what is to be done is same as we are told in all the Purana, Itihasa and Upanishads ki yena kena prakarena harihi smartavya. By any of the means, every of the means, all the techniques, all the intelligences used, resources used, conveniences used, what we have to do is in our heart only the truth has to be contemplated. And Harihi means the Paramatma Tattva. We are studying the Upanishads. So for us, that is the thing to be done. Same thing in another language. Tat chintanam tat kathanam anyonyam tat prabodhanam. Etat ekaparatvam cha brahmabhyasam vidurbudaha. Isn't it? As was earlier, 100% worldly life was going on. Now also, we may claim to be spiritual, but still our mind will again and again involve in the worldliness. And there the mind gives this excuse justification. So little of class though I am listening, no. Other pujas I am doing, no. So now let me go into the world. The danger is what? It's not just going into the world, but it is bringing the world into us. As well as it is loosening or reducing that inspiration for the truth as well as the abilities, energies that are required to pursue the truth. They are wasted there. Just like when your time, your money, all of that, if you use it for some purposes less valuable, then for the more valuable things when they come, then we are empty of those resources, isn't it? Think about it. So this is how we are so powerfully deluded. And having known this, I may try therefore for next few hours to put myself in the path of the truth. But after those few hours, again the delusion will overpower. Again we become worldly. Now see, that is the power of this delusion. Does it leave us at all? Power of that Maya is that it keeps on pushing us into the world and worldliness. You know? So neither we have enmity with that, you know, that mind and Maya, nor we feel any anger towards it, nor we need to be frustrated. Then what? We have to realize it and be smart, be intelligent to be able to pull our mind toward the self more and more again and again. Anytime we are able to do it for any length of time, we are successful. We have succeeded, we are successful. It can be a moment, it can be a minute, it can be a 10 minutes that you are able to study an Upanishadic mantra with Bhashyam, contemplate on a mantra for 2 minutes, or attend a class even for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's a great Vijaya. Realize it. This is how the mind behaves. This is what is to be done with the mind, and find your own techniques. Everyone will have to find their own techniques. That I found this technique, that I have the classes morning, afternoon, evening, so that on the truth, at least for some time, the mind can be focused. Minimum it is a not the ultimate. The ultimate is totally the mind has to, while contemplating on the truth, should merge in the truth, giving us the experience of the truth. ये हमारा लक्ष्य है, but दूर है in time because of whatever, wherever we are in our prarabdha sthiti, anishchita sthiti, asadhana or sadhana rahitya sthiti, or maybe our own value for the world still is lingering in us very importantly, very strong. Like the child brought by the mother to that Guru Maharaj. Guru explains all. Beta खेल टीवी ये सब कम करो, पढ़ाई पे ध्यान दो. What do you say? वो मुंडी हिलाएगा वो. But again, his value for those things is so much in the heart that maybe a day or two What Guru Maharaj said, it has, but again goes back to his own old things. Same is the case of everybody who is becoming worldly. This is how worldly people are anyway worldly. But those who are blessed with the opportunity to be spiritual, blessed with the Shastra Shravana, blessed by the compassion of the Guru to have all patience to guide, etc. For them also the problem is same. That one's own Vyaktitva, one's own Mana, one's own Antakarana. And that should help us to know intellectually that how deeply is the worldliness rooted in our heart. How superficial is our understanding, therefore value given to the Adhyatmikata. That at any moment given notice, we are able to successfully compromise with the spiritual thought and successfully involve in the worldly thought. We have to realize it. Now imagine then the great rishis of the yore, how much of struggle they might have gone through, pains they might have gone through, patiences they have had to pull their minds from that world and worldliness to the truth. That's why we respect them. That's why we worship them. That's why we are in touch with them to invoke that required strength, inspiration, etc. Oh Rishi, now I understand how tough it must be for you to pull the easily going senses and the mind into the world toward the truth till the truth is realized. एक बार दो बार मन अपने आप ही पुण्य फल के कारण सत्संग में टिकता है, गुरुओं में टिकता है. टू सम पीपल इट कैन बी फॉर 1 year 2 years. कोई ज्यादा किस्मत वाले हैं यू एंड आई, इट कैन बी इवन फॉर 5 years. इट्स ऑल किस्मत ओनली. बट किस्मत से साधना नहीं होता है, करने से साधना होता है. After that, that whole fortune is over, then the mind comes with its own originality, its reality, of again pulling us into. We are even not aware also. When did I become worldly? पता ही नहीं चलता. And going on spending time in this thing or that being or this project or that program or this place or that doing anything other than focusing on the self keeps on happening. अब देखो फिर, so now we are all to understand this is how it happens. And that's why how much strong should be intellectual understanding and conviction regarding the self, that we are able to focus on the self, and how much must be the clear understanding and conviction in us that anything other than the self is binding and I should come out of it. ये कन्विक्शंस नहीं है तो आवर्स विल बी वेरी सूडो सुपरफिशियल शोइंग ऑफ साधना, समटाइम्स पुलिंग आवर माइंड फ्रॉम दैट टू दिस, बट बाकी टाइम तो वर्ल्ड. इट और कुछ लोग तो इस बहाव में बह ही जाते हैं. दे ट्राई, दे रेसिस्ट, कुछ भी हो जाए, आई विल गो टू क्लास, आई विल गो टू क्लास. फॉर फ्यू इयर्स रेसिस्टिंगली दे कम समहाउ, बट आफ्टर दैट दैट माइंड्स पावर इज सो मच, कुछ ना कुछ वो वजह ले आती है, वी गो. And if the prarabdha also is added, then so many things will come. I have to take care of children, I have to take care of in-laws, I have to take care of my own health. The very same time of the class, I have some yoga to go, some bhoga to go, some roga to go. कुछ भी भाई, जो भी हो, how do I know? But all of that, only one thing it does, takes us away from the truth. And as it is said in the Shastras as sadhana, by any of the means, put the mind in Paramatma, yena kena prakarena hari smartavyaha. The mind also, by any of the every of the means possible, takes us away from the truth and into the worldliness. See that Ghamasana Yuddha. This Yuddha is more terrible than the Kurukshetra war or even Devasura Sangram. The Antar Yuddha, which is faced by these spiritual seeker. नॉन सीकर, नॉन कन्विंस्ड सीकर, उनको दोनों में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. जब मौका मिले क्लास में आएगा, जब मौका मिले और कहीं जाएगा. ही डजंट वैल्यू द क्लास एट ऑल, जस्ट ही कम्स एज अ टाइम पास. ही इज नॉट साधक, बस somehow some punya phala is there, therefore is inclined to listen once in a while. That we are not talking. We talk about the serious sadhakas, how they have to realize that this antar yuddha is going on. Then he'll have to take the help of the God, the Guru, the Nirantara Shastra Shravanadhyayana, his own willpower, सबसे ज़्यादा convincing power, सबसे ज़्यादा. That anything I will not give importance. My classes, my satsang, my study, my contemplation, my meditation is utmost important to me. जब तक ये निश्चय नहीं होगा बुद्धि में, with all the information gathered, still we can't seek the truth. Unless we this way relentlessly, consistently, single pointedly seek the truth at the cost of everything else, truth will not be revealed. That's the meaning of yam eva eshaha vrunute. Yam atmanam eva eshaha sadhaka vrunute. Tena labhyaha. By him only it is obtained. Yameva eshaha vrunute. That yameva esha vrunute is not once in a moment. वंस इन एन आवर वंस ए डे. हाँ, मैंने 1 घंटे के लिए भगवान को चुन लिया, बाकी 23 घंटे चुना लगाया भगवान को. नॉट दैट वे. यम एव मीन्स once sought the Lord or seeking the Lord starts, nothing else required. क्या बढ़िया है ना? Whether it is the ultimate truth seeking or study of Shastra seeking or the Sharanagati to the Guru seeking, एक बार we are given up to the Guru or the Shastra, no other thought can come in our mind. That much thing when we are there, then only we are conquering our own mind. Finally, the game खेलने वाला अपना ही मन है, कोई है ही नहीं दूसरा. मैं, मेरा मन और उसके अनेक अनेक तरीकाएं, और वो मुझे हराता ही जाता है. Nobody is there. Like if you don't come to class, how does it matter to me when it doesn't matter to you? To the Lord, how does it matter? To the world, how does it matter? But who is the victim? Who is the one culprit and who is the one victim? My own mind is the culprit. I am the victim. Isn't it? That study we have to have. That understanding we have to have. That's how those strong convictions, strong saying no to our own most dearest beloved mind. क्या क्या बढ़िया बढ़िया हो सजेशन देता है हमको. फाइनली इट विन्स इन इट टेक्स अस अवे फ्रॉम आवर फोकस ऑन द सेल्फ. इतना सीखो, इतना कर कर भी फिर अगेन विथ ऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग कन्विक्शन वी ट्राई, अगेन इट गोज. दैट्स व्हाई फॉर lives and lives together, when this goes on going on, maybe little we'll be able to succeed in putting our mind towards the self. And that has to be enhanced, intensified, strengthened. Totally only that. And in final life, whichever it may be this one or next one or Hazar Janma ke baad, nothing in the world, only was gone to that secluded place and with one's own self, seeking one's own self. Then only the self is revealed to anyone. है ना? Any of the people whoever have realized the self, that's what they did. यहाँ तक कि गुरु उपदेश देकर दीक्षा देकर उनको कहते हैं कि now you don't be even in this place, you will be obliged to do so many things, all of them you have done sufficiently, now go to that place and meditate and realize. In all the Puranas, don't we see the gurus to their genuine sincere disciples telling, सिद्धांत ज्ञान हो गया, तुमको मिल गया, now you go meditate, realize, don't get lost anywhere including this place. See that? And the disciples who have genuinely heard, understood, only one priority for them, first to know the self. उसके बाद फिर प्रभु की इच्छा से जो होना है होगा इस उपाधियों के द्वारा. दैट्स post realization. But pre the single pointedness. So the whole thought today is what? The devil, the mind. Observe it, how it brings its own variety of sentiments, emotions, and help from the intellect and the help from the sense organs. And it's like UPA. Our mind is कि ऐसे ऐसे लोगों को जो परमात्मा के अलावा बाकी चाहते हैं उन सबको इकट्ठा करता है. Sometimes it's even Buddhist, some other convictions, अदर इंस्पिरेशंस. कुछ कुछ लोग तो ऐसे भी कहते हैं, मेरे गुरु ने कहा मुझे कि ये व्यापार में लगे रहो. अरे कब कहा उन्होंने? 25 साल पहले. अरे उस समय के लिए कहा, शाश्वत थोड़ी कहा उन्होंने. हाउ कैन एनी गुरु टेल दैट लगे रहो व्यापार में, लिविंग द परमात्मा तत्व? उस टाइम यू माइट बी lacking your money or maybe you are lazy, something or the other. For that purpose at that time he said. How do you take it permanently? Only one pramana. If he is a guru, like today in our Prashnottara Maniratnamala, all these topics will come. Beautiful. If he is a guru or Sadguru, he cannot conclude or say, conclude saying that now you be in the world and worldly, busy in vyapar. करके थोड़े समय, उसके बाद establish होकर, come into the spirituality. The one who says like that alone is Sadguru. If he has not said, we should understand. Because how can the world be the goal? But people can justify that also. How many people said like this? See, my guru has told me to do this. Hare, that guru is not guru, is a guru tattva. Guru tattva at that time, through that guru spoke to you to do that at that time. But now you have to rise above and reach to the self. Other than that, there is no moksha. Then how can anybody teach something which is binding? And how can we call that teaching as authentic? This discretion, it is personal. It's inner, isn't it? Isn't it? And the same guru speaks through somebody. He will not come in the same physical form all the time. है ना? तो फाइनली क्या है? तत्वानुभूति से मोक्ष ना. Then whoever teaches, that is the Sadguru. Anything other than that is temporary, here and there, for settling ourselves in life, for clearing up some of the things that we are told at that time. But that's not permanent. Example, how is the guru? अब कुछ कुछ लोगों का दिमाग ऐसा भी काम करता. This guru is telling about the truth. Then he refers to the other guru. But that guru ने मेरे को वो कुछ कहा. और तीसरे गुरु के पास जाते हैं, वो कुछ में रहते तो फिर इनका रेफरेंस लेते हैं. That उन्होंने ये करने को कहा. Now who is doing all this tamasha is our own mind. That's the whole topic today. Mind the mind and see how with its rajo and tamo it takes us away from the truth. It uses all the weaponry that's there in its quiver and it has so many of the arrows. और उतने arrows की जरूरत भी नहीं हमारे मन को. एक छोटा सा घास फूस लेकर मारेगा हमको एंड हम लुढ़क जाते. We don't need a big brahmastra to be hit by the mind. For us to be hit by the mind, a simple thought. घर में कोई आ गए बस छोड़ दिया उस. And then emotion. And कैसे आने दिया उनको उस टाइम क्लास में? है कि नहीं? You tell him it's my class time. I will not come. That's it. Don't come. I say examples. Anything it can be. Your own sadhana time also. A पेपर वाला या दूध वाला या बिल लेने के लिए आएगा. And you postpone your sadhana. और वो आएगा नहीं शाम तक and you are waiting for him with मंगला आरती. और उस दिन का साधना का मंगल आरती हो गया. A small bill payment is an arrow enough for distracting us from sadhana. For example, it's this is how it is, and nobody wants to think about these things, understand them, and without sorting out at this level, how can we have convictions, commitments, then attempts for this sadhana? Attempt is तरह consistent नहीं हुआ लगातार, then how can the depths will come? दीर्घकाल नैरंतर्य सत्कार आसेवित, then only the druda bhumi we have seen in the yoga darshanam, isn't it? So this is how we have to become more conscious of our sadhana, more conscious of our mind alone is our own shatru. Therefore, how to make it mitra, how to discipline it, how to train it and tune it. है ना? That मेरी बिल्ली मुझसे म्याऊं वाला बात हमें नहीं होने देना. होता है कि नहीं? Our own belly, our own mind. But हमको ही म्याऊं कहती हो. It will not allow us to do sadhana. And remember, if my mind has won over me and has taken me away from sadhana, all the gurus and gods in the world put together also can't help us. Reverse also, if I conquered my mind and have put myself in sadhana, no excuse in the world, no reason in the world can deter me. In this way, me, my mind, my decision, my efforts are more powerful. And that we are seeing also in our own life. Think. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भव रोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणा मूर्तये नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवद शिवकृष्णादिसमस्तमन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा मातापितृ देशधर्म सनातनधर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये अथर्व कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शांति 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 अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः friends 11 to 15 let us chant of the fourth chapter ॐ यो योनिं योनिमधितिष्ठत्येकः यस्मिन्निदं संच विचैति सर्वं तमीशानं वरदं देवमीड्यं निचाय्ये मां शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं पश्यद जायमानं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तु यो देवानाम् अधिपो यस्मिन् लोका अधिश्रिताः य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम सूक्ष्मातिसूक्ष्मं कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य स्रष्टारमनेकरूपं विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा शिवं शान्तिमत्यन्तमेति स एव काले भुवनस्य गोप्ता विश्वादिवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः यस्मिन् युक्ता ब्रह्मर्षयो देवताश्च तमेवं ज्ञात्वा मृत्युपाशान् श्चिनत्ति. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, straight away we let us continue the sixth mantra. One para Bhashyam we have studied, in which two lines are explained of this mantra by Bhashyakar. The other two lines have to be explained in that next para. Just let's go through the mantra first. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam ruksham parishasvajate tayoranyah pippalam swadu atti anashnan anyo avichakashiti. Again, द्वा सुपर्णा सयुजा सखाया समानं वृक्षं परिशस्वजाते तयोः अन्यः पिप्पलं स्वादुवत्ति अनश्नन् अन्यो अविचाकशीति. The first two lines meaning is Dvau Suparnau Sayujau Sakayo. The two wonderfully winged birds are there. Sayujau stay together, Sakayo very close to each other. Samanam Ruksham Parishasva Jate. Both of them are hugging and staying onto the same tree. तो परिशस्व जाते मतलब पकड़ के रखा है ना. When you do the parishwangaram of someone with your both hands held, you can hold that person with you only. In the same way, both these words are with their own willpower, with their own ichha, holding on to the same vruksha. Correct? So, Dva, Dvau, which are those two? The main thought is this, let's not forget. Vijnana Paramatmano. These are the two Suparna. Vijnana Atma, Parama Atma. So the knowing Jiva, the conscious Ishvara or the self or Paramatma. Jivatma, Paramatma. Jivatma is Vijnanatma. Paramatma is Chetanatma. Bas. Dva, Dvau, Vijnana Paramatmano. सुपर्णौ सुपर्णौ शोभनपतनौ शोभनपतनौ शोभनगमनौ सुपर्णौ पक्षिसामान्याद्वा सुपर्णौ. Explained. Then sayuja sayujau. Sayuja means sa means sarvada, yujo means yukto. See, sayujau, sa means sarvada, yujo means yukto. Sarvada yukto. As we said yesterday, Ishvara, if you will have to express, is only through Jiva. Jiva cannot be without Ishvara. Ishvara means the Paramatma inside. Paramatma is non-expressible because of no upadhi. If you have to express, express as Jiva only, no? Through Jiva only. So that way, the Paramatma has to be with the Jiva for his expression, which he doesn't require, but for our sake we are saying. And this Jivatma, how can he have his existence at all possible without the Parama Tattva? That is why they are Sayujau, Sada Yujau. ठीक है संतो सर्वदा संयुक्तो. Then Sakhayo. Sakhayo means what? Samana Akhyano. They have both same name. Means Samana Avivyakti Karano. Both of them almost equally express in us. What is the equal or similar expression of both of them? Aham Rupena. Vijnanatma also we take as Aham. Then Chetanatma also we take as Aham. Both are said as Aham only. That is the meaning of Samana Akhyano, Samana Abhivyakti Karano. कारण क्या है अभिव्यक्ति का अहम रूपेण है ना. द नोअर आल्सो आई ओनली ना. आई नो द थिंग्स और आई डोंट नो. सो टू द कॉन्शियसनेस इज आई एम कॉन्शियस. दोनों एक ही कारण है, अहम के रूप में ही दोनों रहते हैं. देन Evam bhutau santau, these beings of these two, samanam means ekam. Samanam vruksham parisheshva jate. That's to be explained. Samanam means what? Ekam. Not samanam is equal. Ekam. Vruksham. Which is that vruksham? Shariram. Why the vriksha is called as sharira? Because just like vriksha can be vrishchana, can be cut into pieces, sharira also can be cut into pieces. Because of that samyata, sharira is mentioned as vriksha, and also the both of them, the jivatma paramatma, are like the birds. Naturally, the birds hold on to the tree. Therefore, if the birds are jivatma paramatma, the deha has to be vriksha. Samanya. Don't worry about the similes or the examples given. The point is to be caught. तो here the शरीर is वृक्ष. By the way, is telling क्यों शरीर को वृक्ष कहा, क्योंकि जैसा वृक्ष को काटते हैं वैसा शरीर भी काटा जा सकता है, इसलिए वृक्ष काटना है ऐसा नहीं कह रहे. Tree can be cut, doesn't mean the tree should be cut. वृक्षण हो सकता है, अंग प्रत्यंगों से बना है, therefore it can be cut. This is also ekam vruksham vrukshamiva uchcheda samanyat vruksham vrukshamiva uchcheda samanyat vruksham shariram parishasvajate parishasvajate means parishvaktavantau. What is the meaning of parishvaktavantau? What do you mean that? कि समाश्रितवंतौ एतौ, सम्यक आश्रितवंतौ मीन्स अच्छी तरह से पकड़ कर है वो, सम्यक आश्रितवंत. They have taken the support of this sharira fully well. And that's why the Baddha Jiva, you and I also are in the same sharira. Jivan Mukta also is there through the sharira only expresses as long as the sharira prarabdha is there. Samashritavanto. Once the prarabdha sharira is over, the Jivan Mukta is one with the samashti universal self. He is there while being in the sharira also, but the prarabdha of sharira jab tak hota hai, he is there. The explanation is to explain about समाश्रितवंतो. अच्छी तरह शरीर को पकड़ के रखे हैं दोनों. सुद्वा सुपर्णौ सयुजौ सखायौ समानम मीन्स एकम वृक्षम मीन्स शरीरम परिशस्व जाते दे आर परिश्वक्तवंतौ सम्यक आश्रितौ. हो गया. अब क्या कर रहे हैं दोनों इस शरीर में? दैट इज व्हाट इज थर्ड एंड फोर्थ लाइन. तयोः अन्यः विफलम स्वादुवत्ति अन्यः अनश्नन् अभिचाकशीत्. So simple. तयोः अन्यः means one among those two. Anyah means not different here. Anyah means one of them. One of them. Swadu atti, pipalam swadu atti. Pipalam are the fruits of that people tree. Atti means eating. Swadu means for the sake of taste. In anticipation of the taste. You know, if this is not tasty, it goes for the other. Like that. What about the other one? Anyaha anashnan. It's not consuming or eating anything. Avichakashiti. That it is just to watch. Avichakashiti means it is watching as a sakshi, as a witness. That's it. To the vriksha, to the other bird and the other bird's activities, and it's jumping from one branch to the other and also eating the fruits. In sabka avichakashiti, the other bird. See the good example of that tree and two birds to convey. And what we said yesterday, day before, don't miss this thought. As said in that example, the two birds in us, it is not the two birds, rather, two states of identities. Two states of identities are there. Like we gave the example yesterday, the fighting between the wife and sister. Now, this man is potentially two. He can be husband also, he can be brother also. Is it two people there? But status is different. If that day the mistake is wife, then he'll support the sister and tell, देखो, if that day the mistake is sister ka hai, then he will take support of wife and tell her. But the husband as well as brother both are one only, na? So to one Paramatma only basically, he is there still, the Jiva Bhava is expressing in us. And that expression of Jiva Bhava doesn't bind or remove or destroy or eliminate the Paramatma sthiti. You know, like he as a brother supporting the sister, the husband is not gone away. He is unmanifest that time. So to the other day, when the husband is supporting the wife and scolding the sister, the brother has not gone away. He is there. Here also, when the Jiva Bhava is expressing, the Paramatma is not gone away. When the Paramatma is realized, Jiva Bhava will not be there, Jivatva will be there. In the sense, the functional expression through the Upadhis as it is required for the world, that will happen. He has not lost his Atma Sthiti, therefore, there is no bondage to him while expressing like that. They all will come to us little later. So here the third and fourth line, Tayoranyah Vipalam Swadhuratti, Anashnananyo Avijakashiti. What Bhashyakara to say? Let us study. Tayoho, among those two, Anyaha, one of them. He is talking about that Jiva who is Vipalam Swadhuratti. Who is that Jiva? Wonderful, no? Avidya, Kama, Vasana, Ashraya, Linga, Upadhihi, Vijnanatma. That is the Anya. विज्ञान परमात्मा द्वौ सुपर्णो कहा ना, वह वहां छोड़ दिया. But who is that Vijnanatma is being explained here. The individual, you and I are explained here. हमारा पूरी तरह डायग्नोसिस या इंस्पेक्शन होकर डिसेक्शन होकर what we are being spoken here. Like in the medical lab में that bird और उसको bird नहीं, उसको मंडूक है ना, that मेंढक को frog dissect करके every part of it are shown. Here we are dissected and told what we are. Avidya means the real self is not experienced. Second, kama, the desires. Third, vasana, the deep vasanas inside. Ashraya. इन तीनों के आश्रय के आधारित लिंग उपाधि. So we all have the linga sharira. One is स्थूल शरीर, ये तो वृक्ष हो गया. Inside is that linga sharira. In that linga sharira, the 17 things are there. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Antakarana, 1 Mana, 1 sorry, 5 Pranas, 1 Mana, 1 Buddhi. Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayah, Manaschaikam, Buddhishchaika. Etat Saptakala Dashabhi Sah Yat Tishtati Tat Sukshma Shariram. That is Linga means Sukshma. So that Sukshma Sharira Linga is the Upadhi. Okay, for that Vijnana Atma. So that is called as Jiva, staying in this body. And this Vijnana Atma having those 17 components together making the Sukshma Sharira has behind it these three also. Avidya, Vasana and Kamana. Avidya is non-apprehension of the self. The Vasanas are the deep-rooted impressions gathered from so many lives, and those Vasanas express as the Kamanas at the Manabuddhi level. See that clarity? Manabuddhi level में we are having all the kamana. कहाँ से आ रहे हो? Like 7 o'clock before class, the thought for the coffee comes in the mind, the desire for the coffee. Where it was there before that? It was in the vasana room. And why the coffee desire, the vasana is there? Because there is no realization of ours that we are the self which is beyond all the upadhis. Therefore, it doesn't require coffee. Then I am who? This Linga Sharira Upadhi, Vijnanatma. So I am aware of my Sukshma Sharira, and especially I am aware of the desires that come in my Manabuddhi, of course out of Vasanas. Then I, the Linga Upadhi Yukta Vijnanatma, again I use my Vijnana or gain the Vijnana to procure that tea or coffee. Then I enjoy it. That Vasana can become stronger. So he is the one he is talked about. Avidya, Kama, Vasana, Ashrita, Ashraya, Linga Upadhi, Vijnana Atma. Anyaha means the one of these two words is this one. This is what is our identity. I am that Vijnanatma who has got the Upadhi of Linga Sharira backed by Avidya Vasana Kamana. कितने बार सोचने से क्लैरिटी होगा उतने बार सोचो. Today, take up this vow or job that I'll understand what I am the Jiva other than Paramatma as guided by Adi Shankara Bhagwan. Write down each of the points. Avidya, Kama, Vasana, Ashraya, Linga Upadhihi, Vijnanatma. Is this Anyaha, one of the two words, the Jiva? फिर एक एक को समझो. अविद्या, नॉन अप्रहेंशन ऑफ द रियलिटी. कामना, द सेंस ऑफ इनकम्प्लीटनेस. वासना, for a particular objects or any experience, the vasana is there, which will express as a kamana in the mind. And this one, then linga upadhi. The avidya, kama, vasana is the ashraya, holding on to which that linga upadhi sustains. The linga upadhi are the ज्ञानेन्द्रिय कर्मेंद्रिय प्राण मन बुद्धि. इन सब को लेकर जो है वो विज्ञान आत्मा. The Vijnana is not the pure Parabrahma Jnana. He just knows with his buddhi or antakarana that Jiva, all these things. तो सच अविद्या काम वासना आश्रय लिंग उपाधि ही विज्ञानात्मा वो क्या कर रहा है? पिप्पलम. व्हाट इज पिप्पलम सर? कर्म फलम. So simple. And what is the final karma phala? Not the people, not the objects we get, not the dhana we have, not the power position. The final karma phala is only two: sukha dukkha lakshanam. Remember, finally हमको मिलने वाला सुख दुख है. Of course, through the objects. And sometimes same object which was giving sukha, like your own sofa set, जो बैक दर्द होता है तो वही दुख हो जाता है. Then you have to sit on a wooden chair which you have to bring down from the attic which was kept 30 years back, which was used by your grandfather. Isn't it? Sofa was giving sukha and not the wooden chair was giving dukkha. इसलिए chair has gone up, sofa was here. But now because of big problem, now the sofa giving dukkha, then the other chair gives sukha, so वो नीचे आ जाता. So which is important? The chair or sofa? No, sukha and dukkha are important. So karma phala sukha dukkha. And obviously, which type of karma we have done, and sukha dukkha, which type has to come, and through what media it has to come, decided by the Lord, through those people, through those objections, through those situations, through those conditionings, finally that sukha dukkha karma phala comes to us. याद रखना, सब कर्मों का फल अल्टीमेटली, मतलब पाप कर्म का फल दुख, सुख पुण्य कर्म का फल दुख सुख होता है बस. वॉट एवर द वे इट इज. If somebody is loving me, it's a sukha. But that person loving me is the means only. It was my karma phala. कभी पुण्य कर्म किया, कोई आके मेरे से प्रेम से बात करे. But the other fellow comes and scolds me and it gives me dukkha. That is my karma phala, papa karma phala. That person was only the means. कभी कभी जिंदगी में ना एक बंदा आके 10 मिनट रुला के चले आता है, उसका दोबारा दिखता भी नहीं वो. लाइक रोड के ऊपर फाइटिंग होता है वगैरह, हो गया उसका बस. Somewhere in your travel with your driver or in your hotel or in a some place, 5 minutes of bitterness and disturbance. That's it. बाद में you don't meet again together. That was the karma phala has to come to you as a dukkha. So it came through that person. And not knowing this, we remember the person. कभी भी व्यक्तियों को याद नहीं रखना. रखने से राग द्वेष होता है. Then we just lose the track of the entire life. We have to keep on doing punya. अब सुख जिससे आएगा आने दो. How does it matter? Don't do the papa. If you done, some dukkha comes through somebody, learn from it and don't do it again. Don't worry through whom that dukkha has come. These are all not here. Anushangika avagahana. the secondary helpful understandings we're discussing. But pippalam, karmafalam, sukadukha roopam, sukadukha lakshanam, swadu. What do you mean by swadu, sir? Aneka vichitra vedana aswada roopam atti. Aneka means many. Vichitra means varied, variety. Vedana means knowing, aswada roopam enjoying. It is called as atti upabhungte, enjoys. He goes through, he experiences. So aneka vichitra vedana swadu. This we have to understand. Aneka understood, variety of. Vichitra means each one is unique from the other. The vedana means knowing. Like the sukha dukkha which I experience, I have to know it now. Then only there is experience of it. है ना, कोई बंदा अनकॉन्शियस में है, निद्रा में है, तो you won't be aware of that. निद्रा सुख अलग बात है, but the other sukha that somebody is praising him, so wonderful ice cream is put in his mouth, he doesn't know. So for vedana means knowing. Swadu means good taste or bad taste. Sukha and dukkha. So Narayana Swadu Anika Vichitra Vedana Swada Rupam Atti means Upavungte. And why? Avivekataha. What is Aviveka here? He need not have all those bhogas. He can be the self in whom infinite bliss is there. This type of Viveka nahi hone ke karan. Or karma gives karma phala, that's the bondage. Even if the karma is punya karma, it will give sukha, but that will go away. Like today Ramji will tell in our Uttarakanda, all the Santa Lakshana will tell. And then all the Asanta Lakshana will tell. Then he finally concludes, कि both of them are in the mind, drop both of them, focus your mind in your bhajana to me. He will conclude with that. मेरा भजन करो वो फाइनल है परमात्मा का भजन. Otherwise you will get lost in the good qualities also, just like you are lost in the bad qualities. है ना? Like we will get lost in the good people as we were lost in the bad people. We should not lose anywhere. We should tune to the Paramatma. Realize him is the goal. So in this way, one avivekataha upabhunkte. That is jiva. What is the other one? Anashnan anyaha. And who is the anya? If the first anya is avidya, kama, vasana, ashraya, linga, upadhi, vijnanatma. If he is the jiva, who is the other anyaha? Paramatma is said. Anashnan means without eating. Anyaha means other word. Who is he? Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhavaha. Nitya eternal. Shuddha immaculate. Buddha awakened. Mukta liberated. Swabhavaha the one who's experienced it. इसको थोड़ा दो चार मिनट कल हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. That's once it comes. Like on Puja Gurudev's Ashtotra also, last Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Sarupaya Namaha. So Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavaha. And he alone is Parameshwara. Now, when the word Parameshwara is used, don't bring Lord Shiva with Bhagavan, with all the serpents on his body as the ornaments. Then एक पार्वती is there, गणपति is there. कल हमने एक फोटो देखा, किसने भेजा, मंडे था ना, कि लॉर्ड शिवा पार्वती सीटेड एंड इस तरफ गणपति जी है, इस तरफ सुब्रमण्य भगवान. I don't know whether it may be first time for me to see or I have not observed कि neither Ganapati is sitting in the lap of Shiva nor Subramanyam sitting in the lap of Mother Parvati. जनरली वो फोटो होता है जैसे यहाँ दिख रहा है, इनका ही है अभी. तो वहां साइड पे है, फिर मैं समझ गया बच्चे थोड़े बड़े हो गए होंगे, फिर गोद में दर्द हो रहा है. इसलिए उनको साइड पे कर दिए होंगे, अलग फोटो है ना. आफ्टर चिल्ड्रन ग्रो टू द एज ऑफ 10, यू कांट मेक दैट बफेलो सिट ऑन योर बॉडी. देन वेरी छोटा क्यूट है, इट्स ओके. So not that Shiva Parameshwara means here. Parameshwara is the Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Parabrahma Tattva. These words we have to be very careful where they are employed. When you talk about Parameshwara of Kailasa in Purana, when you talk about Parameshwara, the Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava in Upanishad, they are different. They are different means we have to understand them to be different. That Parameshwara of Kailasha is the Sopadika Ishvara. Here the Parama Ishvara means the supreme reality, the Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. So Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava Parameshwaraha Anyaha. What is he doing? Abhichakashiti. Abhichakashiti means Sarvam Api Pashyan Aste. सबको देखता हुआ बस है वो वहां. He is there. Aste means existence. Abhichakashiti means he is watching, means consciousness. He is a pure existence and consciousness, becoming conscious and aware of everything, of that vriksha, of that the other bird, and that bird's doing everything, including it's eating the pippalam. And when it is happy, it jumps. The fruit is good. If the fruit is bad, then it is miserable. And this other one, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Parameshwara, is Avichakashiti. देखता रहता है. Now, the sadhana siddhi is what? From that bird identity to this identity, we have to come. And just like in offices, में, the LDC is given the work by the section officer. अब बेचारा करता रह रहा है. But somehow through departmental experience exams or seniority wise, he has become now SO. When he is section officer, now he will give the work to the LDC. So he has come to that position. Example. In same way, from the Pippalam Swaduvati to Abhichakashiti, this journey is called spiritual unfoldment. Then, as long as he continues to have a Vijnanatma of knowing the Upadhis and getting identified with it and seeing the world, and as long as he has got the Vasanas, as long as he has Avidya, as long as he's got the Kamanas and Kamya Karma he is doing, so long he will be the the first word only, the Vijnanatma. That Vijnanatma, when he focuses his ability to know on Paramatma Tattva, and then lives life in such a manner that all his vasanas go away, kamanas go away, then detaches from even the Sukshma Sharira, then he comes to the state of Avichakashit. That's the whole sadhana, which will be subsequently told to us. We will see it by Lord's grace. Om, 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 Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramanashibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. Join for Gita 15-20 minutes. Hari Om.